videos. You know what I mean? That you could do. So we get a background video, the whole nine. So they step in the game up. All right, cool, man. We finally got a full panel this evening, man. It's been a minute. Adjust this camera here, man. Boom. So let's go ahead and get started, man. I'm gonna go ahead first, real quickly. I got me pulled up already first. All right, so let's get this show started. We're not gonna keep y'all too long this afternoon, man. We got a few clips, so we're gonna go ahead and get rolling, man. All right, so I'm Brandon B. Dixon, NMLS 1541210 at BNL Loan Officer on all social media. Go to the YouTube as well at Billionaire Loan Officer is the handle. You can go to my website, www.applywithb.com, if you want to book me for a consultation, or if you want to go ahead and start applying for a mortgage. Refi season right now, so go ahead and hit me up. You call me 24/7, 832-775-8357. And www.brandonbdixon.com if you want to list, you want to lease, you want to go ahead and buy a house. I can help you with that as well. Last but not least, go to cocinvestmentclub.com. I know I've been getting a lot of interest. I had a lot of calls this morning about the investment club. The rules are, have some money. You got some money to invest, and you want to get, you want to get started in the real estate game. Hit us up. But again, it's not. You got to have some money to get in there. Be ready to invest. All right. So I got Barry B up next. I got us kind of out of sequence, but Barry B, I got you loaded.
Hey, how's everybody doing? This is Barry B with Homes by Barry B. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in the Houston and surrounding areas, give me a call at 832-786-1270, or you can email me at barryb@homesbybarryb.com. If you go in Google, you can just do pound hashtag. I'm sorry, hashtag
pound.
On my age. Hashtag
pull a rotary phone out.
What is stop being
and you can find me on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Give me a call, send me a message, email me, text me, whatever. Just get a hold of me and let's turn your dreams to reality.
Got you. CJ, I got you queued up.
See you with the background, Barry B. I see you looking clean over there, bro.
Right. Come on now.
Hey, man, I got a shirt made up. I'm getting ready to get some shirts made up, too.
Yeah, got to, bro.
Get professional now.
Yes, sir.
All right, CJ,
everybody. CJ, the realtor, broker, owner, Greenwood Realty Group. Follow me on social media at CJ Sales Texas, CJSELLSTX. Of course, hit the YouTube channel up, CJ the Realtor, where we're showing you a lot of information on the real estate market in Houston. And we got some tips and highlights and everything on there. So subscribe, follow, share, all that good stuff if you see something valuable. And give me some comments. Let me know what you think. And, of course, we give back our mentorship program, the Mansa Academy, where we teach our young men knowledge of sales, self-improvement, and entrepreneurship. If you want more information, go to themansaacademy.org. And shout out to everybody showed me love while I was out on bereavement. I'm back. Let's get to it.
Gotcha. This is the 832-235.
No, I don't know who that is.
Gotcha. You want to delete that? Gotcha. I was wondering. Yeah, let me delete that one. Boom. All right, so Corey, I got you queued up.
All right, Corey Smith, broker owner, Commodore Mortgage. Give us a shout for all your mortgage needs.
Gotcha.
Simple and easy.
Right. You got
You
the
like
towards
that?
bottom. I got you towards the bottom. So, all right, let's go ahead and get it started, man. I got one clip, and CJ got one clip, and I don't know. I've never seen this one, but I got this one already queued up. So let's go ahead and run this one first. Again, I look at for the videos, the latest motion video that got the most motion and the most views at the top. So that's the kind of the vids I kind of choose from as far as in the real estate category. So let's go ahead and run this one first. This is one of the top ones right here. So I seen this one, so I pretty much like this one. So let's go ahead and see our reactions. So let's run it.
6 months ago, put in $125,000 into the renovations. It's now worth $425,000. My intent is not to sell it and make $100,000, because then I'd have to pay 45% of that to the government as taxes. So instead, I'm going to actually rent it out and refinance it. And because it's worth $425,000, but all I've put in total is $285,000, I'll be able to refinance it at a 75% loan to value. So I'm going to get all my $285,000 back out. Meanwhile, I have a house with over $100,000 equity that I just created in the last 6 months. Buying undervalued real estate is the fastest way to build wealth so that you can race cars, so that you could travel or do anything that you want. Follow me if you want to know how to do this, and follow me if you want to get in a race car. I bought this house for $160,000 6 months ago.
Right. So, I mean, I'll let y'all go ahead first on that. But it's pretty much.
He got it for 160. And how much did he put into it?
He said he put 125.
25.
Yeah. So 285 and 75 LTV. He said how much is worth for what?
425.
425 times 75 LTV. Yeah, so he had 318. So he pulled out, like I said, you can pull out 318, but another 30,000 more than he put into it. So he got, a little bit into it, and you still got that 100,000 equity.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good. In a market like Houston, it's very challenging to find a deal like that.
Yeah.
Like, we got a whole bunch of people calling and doing the same thing he's trying to do. So our market is a little more saturated, and I don't know where he is. Mm-hmm. And I doubt it's Houston, but it's doable. Like, you can find that needle in the haystack if you keep calling to find that needle, but we don't know how long it took him to find it.
Yeah. I definitely think, that's what it's about. It's going to be a grind. Those deals exist, but it's just going to be a grind, regardless of what market that you're in. It's going to be a grind to find something like that. So it's not to say that it's impossible, It's just not as easy as he may make it seem. The second thing is this too, is that, when people try to get into investments, the biggest thing you want is the highest return for your investment. When it comes to the highest return for your investment, you're doing projects to where you're buying them greatly undervalued. The way that they're undervalued is because there's problems wrong with them that you need to fix, which typically is, plumbing's bad, electrical, whatever the case may be. It drives me crazy when you have these investors that get in there, they pay retail for a property and they put 20% equity down in it, and they think they're actually doing some kind of investing. So what they're actually doing is prolonging the leverage of their money. Is exactly what they're doing. So when it comes to the strategy of buying undervalued properties, I like this strategy over buying retail all day long.
And my thing is too is it's all good if you got bread in the bank too, because who's to say how long it's going to take for them to turn around and rent it out? So if you don't have the money to handle the carrying costs, which means if nobody's renting that out from you, you got to have the money to take over, carry that mortgage, taxes, insurance, interest. If it's in an HOA, you got to carry all these costs until you find somebody to move in. So if you are just getting into it and you're not as liquid as you want to be, it might be better off to just sell that joint.
Yeah, a lot of these guys,
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, they make it seem like, it's worth this, and I can sell it like this tomorrow.
Right.
Or I can get it rented out like this tomorrow. And
Right.
That's what he was saying. He's like, if he sell it, you got to pay the capital gains tax. So,
But
unless,
that don't kick in until a certain amount, though.
right, but you still gonna have to pay tax on it unless you do a 1031 exchange, on it. But I think it's all on your formula. I kind of disagree on what you were saying, CJ. Like, I think the bills are out there. There's a lot of properties out there, but it's all on the formula that you have. I got, I hate to sound like them Instagram influencers, but there's more gold out there than you think. As far as investment, it's all on where you look in the formula that you're using. I can't expose the formula that we use, you know what I'm saying? But it's a formula that there's what you think was not gold is gold, and there's plenty of undervalued properties out there in Houston. It's just that the matter is, I think it's harder to time it right. I think that's the problem. More not that the inventory is not there, it's the timing. You see what I'm saying?
I'm not saying it's not there. I'm saying it's a lot of competition. So for you to be able to get a deal like this and pay what he paid for and only have to put $120 into it, and that's it.
Right.
It's hard to find that, especially if you doing hard money or something. You're not a cash buyer. Like, these are some of the hurdles people gonna run into unless they are already established a syndicate or some kind of group of investors that they all pulling resources to buy cash for.
I slightly disagree with you. The reason why, because I seen it. Like, it's not the fact that they're not there, is that I do agree with you on the competition.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like if you got a deal, you're gonna find when they open it up, you're gonna find 9 other investors there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So so they ready to pull the trigger. Yeah. So that's kind of the issue. Not saying that they're there, they're not hard to find. These deals are not hard to find, but the competition is steep.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, the deals are there, the competition is gonna run the price up.
Yeah, so he paid $160. What was the original price of that?
You didn't say all that, but
yeah. So
right.
If you got, I've seen some investors, put in bids or put in offers sight unseen.
Right, and that's another thing. People sight unseen and don't expect. So a lot of people, if you got a hot property like in the Heights or something like that, they'll open it up like, "Hey, we doing showing. Everybody got to be there at noon tomorrow."
Yeah, that's how your boy Vanilla Ice do.
Right, and and you there, and you got about 20 other crews with you right there, and they you better get that 11:59 and click.
Yep.
So that's the problem, but they got them all the time. There's a lot of inventory, that need to be rented, but it's a matter of timing. You got to be right time, right place. That's the issue.
It's a matter of criteria too.
Right.
So, saying the thing that gets me about some of these gurus that do these social media videos, what they won't tell you is that sometimes they have wholesaling companies where they're actually spending $20,000 or $30,000 on a marketing budget to get these deals.
Yep.
So they're going straight to the actual seller versus there being a middleman of a wholesaler. So the deal is sweet, but what they're not telling you is, I'm spending $20,000, $30,000 to get this deal, and I'm cherry picking what I actually want to wholesale and what I actually want to keep. And then the ones that I keep, the sweet ass deals, that's the one I'm making videos on. Right. So just understand, there's different ways to get deals, but every deal ain't gonna be that sweet.
Right. Yeah. Right. So
and they do kind of make it, and
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna say, and they do kind of make it look almost like it's too good to be true. Hey, if you want something like this, give me a call.
Right.
Everybody's not making that. Out of all the deals he's done, how many have been like that?
Right. He just started Monday and got that deal Tuesday. What you talking about?
No prior education. It just started on Monday. That deal just fell in my lap.
Right.
Well, I'm just saying that not all deals are like that.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
So
Right.
No,
yeah,
there's
you
no
get
doubt
that
about
one deal, great, but how many other ones have failed through, or
Yep.
they kind of make it seem like it's a hey, give me a call, you can do it just like me.
That's the sales part, but there is, just to clarify what I'm saying, there are plenty of deals
Oh yeah,
like that
Yep.
in Houston and the United States. Because what happened is just like everything. It's a time and a season. There's houses that's built, they age, they're renovated. There are people that move, their life change, they die, they get divorced. So
Yep.
it's constantly a change in inventory. It's just the right time, right place, and being ready for when it happens.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, you said I think you're saying don't get it misconstrued and don't get us wrong. It's a great way to build wealth. You know what I'm saying? We're
Right.
not just talking about that.
Oh yeah, that's a
We're
list.
just talking about sometimes, you know what I'm saying, when you're watching these videos, they make it seem easier than what it is. You just have to understand and have realistic expectations for, doing this. This is the long game, is essentially what it is. But if you can solve a problem, regardless if that's real estate or whatever the case may be, if you can solve and take over somebody else's problem, there's value in that. And there's value in the end game, period.
Right. Let's go to this next one is CJ's. I hadn't seen this, so I'm gonna go ahead and run it. I don't know. I kind of know what something's about, but I'm gonna go ahead and run it. So let's go ahead and see what it's about.
Jurors financially punish a Sugarland company that touts buying property quickly at a fair price for defrauding a 79-year-old woman. Fox 26's Randy Wallace has this exclusive report.
Like most areas near downtown, Acres Homes is a rising star on the Houston real estate market.
That's an ideal place for a young family to get started. And those homes were moving fast, and they're moving for, if they were renovated, $300,000 and up.
I wanted to live my life out in peace among my blood relatives.
That would mean a move to Tennessee. Like a lot of homeowners, the 79-year-old great-grandmother of 20 got a card in the mail from H Real Company, LLC, doing business as Home Buy Solutions.
We see it all throughout Houston. If you have a home, if you're need to sell it quickly, give us a call. We'll give you the best price. You don't need a realtor. You don't need an agent. Just trust us.
And that's what Barbara did. Trusted Nicola Nezovic and Home Buy Solutions.
She had lived in this house for almost 25 years. So it was her single biggest asset by far.
He went around the house, inside the house, outside the house, and he came back in and he said, "Oh, this house has good bones." I said, "Thank you."
He told her you're going to net $108,000. In fact, let me write that on the contract for you so you can see that I'm writing it down. It's all chicken scratch. It's not legible.
You were led to believe that's what you were going to get, $108,000.
Absolutely.
That's not what you got, was it?
Oh, Lord, no. Do you want to know how much he gave me?
How much?
$48,000.
Barbara Rose quickly realized she made a big mistake. That's when she called her good friend Edna Griggs.
So when she called me, she was saying, she said, "You're not going to believe what I did." And so I'm like, "What?" And so she went on to tell me. And I said, "Oh my God." She said, "Well, I know if there's anybody that can help me, it can be you."
Edna contacted attorneys Paul Simon and David Tang.
Oh, yes, she did. I love that woman. She's always come through for me.
During the trial, Barbara Rose told jurors she felt it was her fault.
It was pretty much a heartbreaking moment for me to see her say that. It wasn't her fault. This guy basically tricked her, into doing it.
Turns out Barbara Rose's house was worth a whole lot more than Home Buy Solutions offered her.
We had an expert testify over $220,000 she could have gotten.
The jury found Home Buy Solutions had defrauded Barbara Rose.
I faced the jury and I said to them, "Thank you. But I want you all to put yourself in my place. It could happen to you, your mama, your grandmama,
Not only did the jury award Rose what she had asked for, she got $400,000 in punitive damages, $136,000 in actual damages, and $218,000 in attorney fees.
They said he didn't seem like he was very remorseful, and I think that's why they popped him for the $400,000.
When somebody says you don't need an agent or you can trust me, I'll give you the best price, I think you should slow down a little bit, take a step back and see what's going on.
And that's what's happening to our people in our communities. They're coming after them, and they're just trying to take the land away from them. She's not the only person.
I reached out to the attorney who represented Home Buy Solutions during the trial. He had no comment. Randy Wallace, Fox 26 News.
And unfortunately, they are taking advantage of people all over Houston.
And then I made that post. I was like, imagine all the people that didn't say something to somebody, like report it to anybody and just walked away.
Yeah, you got people out there like that. They just trying to take advantage of people.
Yes, it's one thing to find a deal. It's another thing to get a deal off of taking advantage off of somebody.
Yeah,
and I ain't with that.
Yeah,
I'm confused. Like, what happened? Like, I don't.
It sounded like they like wholesalers calling, and ended up going to a house and saying that, she was gonna get something out of the deal, and hand wrote it, and they said it wasn't really legible. But then at the closing table, instead of getting 100 and whatever, she got like 50,000.
So he wrote in the contract, handwritten, that she was gonna get a certain amount. And then they switched it at the closing table.
It don't sound like that it was written in the contract. It looked like he wrote something on there, but
who knows what he wrote?
Yeah, who knows what he wrote?
It's not a
she's trusting him.
Form, it's their form.
Yeah,
right.
It's their contract.
And so when they get to the closing table, here's 48,000. But he told her 108. You can trust me.
That's a verbal contract as well.
Yeah.
But
that ain't enforceable by law.
Yeah, so it could. If he got a trial by jury, but how did she get the $218,000 for attorney's fees?
Oh, that's what they awarded her.
That's what they awarded. Usually they give you the amount that the attorney's billing, right? They don't give you.
I'm pretty sure that's what they do.
Like, they can give you whatever they want to give you.
I don't think.
And
so.
like what that lawyer said, it was like he didn't seem remorseful, so they hit him across the head with everything.
I know punitive, they could give you a certain formula for punitive.
I think you could be awarded attorney's fees. I think you could be awarded attorney's fees, right?
Every time they take you to court, you know what I'm saying, they're going to add on their attorney fees on top of it. It's just
right. But could you make up attorney fee? Like, say, all right, I only spent $50,000. I'm gonna give you $1 million in attorney fee. I don't think you can do that.
They probably
got to be billable.
Attorney fees were.
It's all boiled down to
218,000 don't sound like a made up number. That might have been what they was charging her.
Right. So
but here's
how did you get $218,000 to spend on
the here's the thing though. Here's the thing though. When it comes to lawyers, you know what I'm saying, if they think they got a case, they'll work on contingency, right? So 218,000. If I think, you know what I'm saying, if I think I got a legit chance of winning a case, you know what I'm saying, don't even worry about it. It's just like a car wreck case.
Right.
They'll be like, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Just sign this document saying we'll take 40 or 50% of
they
the
get a percent. Yeah, they can get a percentage, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just like the ones that say we don't get paid to collect money from.
They're gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? So they probably got the 218 and, you know what I'm saying, probably got half of whatever the punitive damage is or whatever case may be.
Yeah.
But here's my take on it, and I'm kind of mixed emotions on this. Investors have been doing this for years, right? You know what I'm saying? And then the misunderstanding of an actual home, a seller, could actually lead to them not being held accountable. Now, I've actually been a part of a situation where, you know what I'm saying, a guy was calling me for advice, right? A guy had multiple tax liens, had multiple, all kinds of liens that was on the property, right? They were under contract for a specific price. The investor told them, you are responsible for these liens because you have to clear the title. Right. So, you know what I'm saying, instead of you getting X amount of dollars, you're going to end up getting X amount of dollars. So, you know what I'm saying, he couldn't necessarily understand or fathom, why are they paying this stuff for me? It's my debt. Like, you know what I'm saying, if they say I'm supposed to get X, that's what I'm supposed to get. Now, I'm not trying to say that happened in this case, but to any other investor, to any other deal, at what point do you hold the seller accountable for actually signing an agreement and agreeing to it and not necessarily saying they don't understand the terms of it?
Well, I think that also falls into like the lawsuit we just went through with NAR and all those homeowners like in Missouri and stuff. Like the agents, I don't think they did their job in explaining properly how the thing worked as far as commissions and payouts and everything. So they're just saying, yeah, you're going to get this, but they're not explaining properly. Like if you got liens just coming out of your proceeds, then that's on them.
But
And then it's our fault as realtors too, for them to even say, oh, that's cool to like, you don't have to worry about working with a realtor. You should want to work with a realtor. So that's our fault for making people think that they don't even want to.
Right. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Investors have been doing that for, you know what I'm saying, since the 80s, 70s, you know what I'm saying?
They've been doing it from
like
the jump.
just now we're going to change the whole scope of investing now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I just don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the further along things go, the less accountability people may have, you know what I'm saying? Take it, oh, I made a mistake, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know XYZ or whatever, I'm going to take you to court. And they're actually winning.
Right. Well, I think what you're saying and what CJ was talking about is that, you know, what part is she accountable for? Like, you know, how much is her responsibility? Like, you know, if you sign it doesn't matter. This is capitalism. Even if it's below market value, if you agree to the 108, that's what you agree. If it's worth, you know, how can they say like, hey, she should have got 220?
Correct.
You know, you can't really say.
If
she didn't agree to that.
But if you say I'm gonna give you 108, but then when we
Right,
get
now,
there,
I
you
agree.
give me 48, that's
Yeah.
different.
But
and then by the time it gets,
so we don't know what the
we don't
number
know,
was
like,
that
what
was
type
actually
of
on the
liens.
concert.
Yeah, we don't know what type of liens, what type of closing costs,
Ain't
what
it?
type. So it might have been 108 gross and 48 was her net.
It's too many unknowns. We don't know the particulars of what
Too
happened.
many unknowns.
The courts could have had an appraisal ordered, so they found out the actual market value.
Right.
We don't know if she had any liens. We don't know what it said on the contract. So we kind of up in the air on that.
If she had a lien on that, did she own it free and clear? So 60 might have been her payoff. We don't know.
We don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't know.
But you know what I'm saying, even regardless of that, you know what I'm saying, like now it opens up the discussion. How much is the buyer responsible to disclose? If I'm coming in as an investor, I'm not representing you as a seller. It's not my responsibility to make sure you know XYZ. We don't have an agreement for me to represent you, for you to know XYZ. So now you're telling me, with me coming in as an investor, I now have to disclose, okay, I'm buying your property for this. This is what we agreed upon, but this is my price that I plan to sell it for later. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the line at?
That part wasn't in there. What he was going to sell it for later.
No, but they're saying that she could have got 220. How they know that?
Correct. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, they probably hired an appraiser. It's probably what they did.
But what she agreed on, don't forget, you know, just like CJ said with the NAR stuff, you can't, once we agree on something as a contract, that's it. You can't say,
you can't always say, okay, once we agreed on it, because if I defraud you, you agreed on it. But I mean, well, I mean,
we don't like I said,
we don't know. That's the part I would like to know. Where's the fraud?
Yeah, I want to see the contract.
I mean, besides, it got to be something else besides just bad handling.
But you know what?
Right? You know what I'm saying?
If she was getting, if they were going through this, the title company would have sent her something saying these are the liens you have, or this is what you owe on this house too.
Why sign it? You at the closing table, it has to be a neutral. Why if you think you getting 108, why sign for the 48? Just start right there. No, I'm missing $60,000. I'm not signing it. Walk away.
I mean, the lady 80 years old too, though.
Yeah,
come on, bro.
I don't know, bro.
She had enough sense of mind to call her friend or whatever. So
that was after.
That's after the fact. That was what I did. She said, "Guess what I did."
Yeah, guess what I did. Yeah, she didn't call her friend before. She should have called her friend before.
You got your life right there. Should I do this?
With a realtor from the jump.
Yes, they said 108. They give me.
And you know what? That's always a big a thing. Is if they tell you don't need a realtor, you don't need this, you don't need. If you telling me I don't need it, I must need it for you not to telling me I don't need it.
But is he lying though?
I mean,
No,
you don't need.
you're
Yeah, you
not
don't need
lying.
one.
That wasn't a lie.
But I didn't say he was lying. I never said that. I said if somebody's telling you you don't need something, you probably do.
Right, but I think
But you know, you can finesse people with words.
Oh yeah, especially older people. And
B,
she's
come on
already
now.
and you already know she's
did it before.
I'm gonna play neutral on this. And this is what I like to do. Some people say I'm direct, but I like to, and I learned this from my mentor, Mattress Mac. I'm gonna reinforce. Now you know such and such now, and I'm gonna make sure you understand this because I don't like anything that comes back and bite me. So what Home Buying Solutions should have said, like, you know that boom, that A is 108 gross. Now if you got anything else on there, it's coming out of that. It's not. I'm not paying that on top of that. It's not in your pocket. You understand that? Right?
This was gonna happen. They're gonna start videoing the conversation.
Exactly.
Like,
now you know this is gross now.
This is
you know what?
we don't have to get everything in right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same exact reason when you do a mortgage now, the closing packages have gone from 10 pages to damn near 100 now. Because everything have to be disclosed because nobody wants to take accountability when there's a mistake made.
Right.
Yep.
I think
it's keeping lawyers in business.
It's keeping lawyers in business and making a shit ton of money while at it.
And some of these and wholesalers and investors, they prey on people too. And if you think they not, then they are.
Oh,
I've been in a situation where a wholesaler was buying a home from a person, and they didn't put a date on the closing on the contract. And the person that signed it, they told them they don't need an attorney. I mean, a real estate agent.
Realtor.
So they're sitting here with this contract with no closing date. So they basically, she can't do nothing with the house until he has to release it because he put a cloud on the title.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
Take advantage of people, man.
When you talk about sellers like to see, you know what I'm saying, that no real estate agents have to be involved because they don't have to pay that 6% fee.
That's what
they want to save money, right? So then what about that person that wants to go represent themselves in court because they don't want to pay a lawyer? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to let them off if they don't win the case? Like, you know what I'm saying? How is that not the same? How is that not the same situation?
Right.
Like, we're letting these people off for making bad decisions.
Right.
Yep. You made bad decisions. You need to live with
accountability. You can't use age as your bias. You can't have it both ways. If you old enough to comprehend and make decisions, you old enough to take the bad decisions as well that you make. So you can't use that. Well, I was older. I was too young. I was too old. Like, come on, that's not an excuse. You're a sign-minded body. You able to do this. You able to take that money, right? You took that money, right? With no problem. But you able to take that bad decision, take that L.
Hey, and that's how they're getting a lot of people too. Is like they're copying people's IDs and going and using people's like out of state IDs to buy. Like, let's say for example, I live here, but I got property back home in Alabama. They're gonna copy my Texas ID, put their picture on the close on it. When the closing happens, and they're gonna send me a check. And for the people like ain't paying or need money, they're gonna cash that check. Once they cash that check, it's done. It's a done deal.
Well, that's fraud.
Yeah.
What you showed me this now, I don't know about this fraud. That might just be,
we don't know the particulars.
That's fraud. When you switch up, that's fraud. When you
but they doing all kind of stuff out here right now. Like,
right. When
they
you
getting lit up in Georgia,
documents and stuff like that. But if
they
you
getting lit up in Georgia.
Yeah, if you have a deal and you pay the person and it's not what they thought it was, I don't know, bro. Like, hey, that ain't what I thought I was gonna get.
Yeah,
that could be every transaction. I thought,
So we as agents have to, put it out there that, hey, you need to, even if you don't use me, ask somebody.
Yeah,
you know somebody that's in it, or somebody that knows somebody.
Yep.
Before you sign any papers, I mean, people that know, I've had people, family members call me from out of state. I mean, I don't even know how your state work, but I know that don't sound right.
Right. They call the family members for everything else to try to talk them out of getting the house. But why you in it? Why you see if this is right or whatever?
It take how long it take to call, ask questions. Hey, this is what they told me. What that sound like? Does that sound right? Does that sound, whatever? This is what they told me. This is what this don't sign nothing. Just sign something.
And then one
Here's
player falling down.
Here's the thing, you know what I'm saying, where a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I hate to go back to this, but a lot of people in our culture, you know what I'm saying, don't want other people to feel a certain kind of way, or people in the family to feel a certain kind of way. They won't say nothing until it gets bad. Then when it gets bad and they've made a mistake, now all of a sudden I want to bring, hey, I know you licensed. Oh, you know I was licensed 3 months ago before you signed that contract.
Yeah.
Now you want to talk to
After
me?
you signed
It's
it.
like after you signed it, it's like, come on, man.
Right. Let's hit this next one right fast. Boom. But yeah, man, I don't know about that one, CJ. I don't know about that one. I'm in the middle.
I mean, as long as it's above board,
Well,
with
I mean,
it.
I'm
But
pretty
if you
sure
taking
the
advantage of
attorneys have
somebody,
more
I'm not with
information
that.
than we do.
Right.
You know.
Hey guys,
I'm like,
Angelo Christian. Today we're talking about, can you actually break a lease to buy a house? I want to talk about this because there's a lot of solutions to actually get out of your lease to be able to buy your home. The lender can actually help to chip in. The broker can do a lease buyout. The builder can. So if you got like 6 months left on your lease and you try to get out of it, it could go against your credit. It could charge up to $10,000 to $15,000 in penalties and fees. One of the things you definitely want to structure and negotiate is something called the reletting fee or a buyout, a lease buyout, in order to get out of it. And the broker, the seller, and the builder can help you with that. We can help you to get out of your lease with Angelo Christian. Call or text our office, 832-431-6331.
Ain't giving him no shine.
I was about to say, I'm surprised you picked that cat video. I'm like, man, what? Hold on, I had to look again at the name. Did B pick this video? What this? Okay.
Oh, you know about him?
Look, we done had several conversations about him, B. That's why I'm like, huh?
Got
This the video he picked? Oh, okay.
Right. Nah, he had an interesting point. I do follow him on the ground, but you talking about, that was a good follow, good shit. He's one of them shady dudes.
Oh,
but,
he a shady dude.
Oh yeah, listen, Didi.
I never heard of him before.
Yeah, you don't want to hear about him.
But what he was talking about, I mean, a lot of apartments have reletting fees on their in their leases. So all that stuff he talking about, I don't know. Yeah, most of them have them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, make arrangements with them. Do not let it like go towards your credit. They'll do payment plans. They'll do all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what he was saying, his suggestion was the lowest common denominator. The broker, the lender can help you out. I don't know what lender got that many built-in fees where they can give you a lender credit to help you buy out your lease. Especially if you got 6 months to go, you're looking at 6-7 G's at least on the low end. So I don't know what
And then like we can ask the seller. Like sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. But I mean, how
so
bad
I just want to get your opinion on that. Would y'all paying out people leases, buying out people leases for them?
If they put me on the deed, I ain't gonna help you. I ain't gonna buy the house with you if I ain't getting on the deed with you.
Right. So it's all cap. So he just posted something to post something.
Yeah, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? I've heard, now I've not firsthand, you know what I'm saying, witnessed a builder actually going in and helping pay some of those fees for you to get out your lease. But I have heard of them doing something like that, which essentially makes sense because instead of them give you the few $1,000s to go towards closing costs and everything else, they just pay that towards your lease, just depending on how much it is to get you out of it. So it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense for anybody else to do it besides the builder.
Right. Yeah, and like builder sellers, they've done it. Like especially somebody that stands to make a decent amount on it, and it could be a situation where they just feel for the people and want to help them out. I've had situations like that, but it's all going to be situational.
Wouldn't it have to be a situation where it's more distress as opposed to, hey, I just want to get out my lease and ready to move?
No, so it could. Like I said, the seller just could have a heart, like a soft spot for the people.
That could be possible. I just had, that's like Bigfoot and Loch Ness Monster. I've heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it happens all the time.
I just hadn't seen
it. I say this from a landlord standpoint, you know what I'm saying, it makes sense. You're going to pay me 3 or 4 months on the 6 months that you got left. You know what I'm saying? Right. It takes me a month to rent that thing, to get it fixed up and rent that thing back out. I got your rent, and then I can double back and make some more money on getting a new tenant in there. So, you know what I'm saying? If it makes sense to me as a landlord, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm willing to work with you. And then especially, you know what I'm saying? If I'm using it, if I'm using it, what you call it? Who's going to pay for that?
Yeah, that's the part that don't make
Builder.
sense. What he said, yes, I always said that yes, we can negotiate your lease. It can be negotiated. That makes sense. However, when he just defaulted to the broker or lender's or the builder's going to help you pay for it.
If it ain't if
That
it
don't happen too often.
I don't think it's in every single case, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Who brokers paying for people leases?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen that.
hey, I don't even think Kinfolk gonna pay for that.
Right.
Kinfolk ain't giving up commission.
They come out your commission. They come out your commission. Yeah, I ain't never seen a broker just pay. Yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead and give you a little extra to get this out. Nah.
I think you boil it down to the builder or nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a wrap.
All right. So, and then the lender, we ain't got that much margin to get a lender credit like that. I mean, yeah, I give you a lender credit for 7 G's.
No. Or your interest rate gonna end up so high.
Yeah, you got to
want the house anyway.
Interest rate. You know, like it look like a Tesla or something. You know, man, looking like an automobile credit, a credit card or something. Let's hit this next one right fast.
Would never have $100 million worth of real estate if I never had a mentor from day one. At the beginning, when I started real estate in 1991, when I was 21 years old, my first mentor was Mike Ferry. He taught me how to become a top real estate agent, how to have skill set and mindset. Then I met another mentor named Saul, who taught me how to invest my money. And then from there, I met Tony Robbins, Wayne Dyer, Deepak Chopra, and many, many, many more. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for the accumulation of all these mentors who actually built who I am today. For me to go from $100 million to $1 billion, I need a whole new set of teachers and mentor. With this year, I hire a whole new set of mentor again. I'm always committed to keep growing and learning. So for you guys, go out there and find mentors who already walked the journey you want to actually achieve. Go hire them so they can actually help you guys get to where you got to get to. I would never.
Well, so I'm just going to go ahead and react to that.
I'm just glad he said hire. Because people think you're going to get a mentor for free or get a coach for free.
Yeah, most people think.
It don't work like that. Like,
oh, did he say for free?
No, that's why. No, I said that's why I'm glad he said hire.
Oh, okay.
Because people think, yeah, I'm going to take you out to lunch and pick your brain. They don't work like that.
Right. Well, some people give you some knowledge for a cheeseburger.
Yeah, but I think it depends on what your goal is. If you're just trying to get to the point where you said you're trying to raise $10,000 or $20,000, yeah, you get somebody to give you knowledge over a cup of coffee all day long.
Right.
But if you're trying to become a millionaire or even a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? Their time is money. It's gonna cost you to get that knowledge. It's gonna cost you a little bit more than a McDonald's double cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna want more than that. Like, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking time out of my busy schedule away from my family, away from my businesses, or even other investment opportunities. You need to pay for that.
Yep.
Right.
And shoot, now the double cheeseburger look like a sausage biscuit.
Some people think, like I said, like for example, with me, I don't mind. I got somebody I'm meeting Thursday at 12 o'clock. Reached out to me. I give them a little bit of knowledge about marketing. But I'm not going into. I charge for my 8-hour class. You know what I'm saying? But I chit chat with you, what you need to do and stuff like that. But I mean, it's just a matter of priorities. Like, people don't realize that without mentorship, you're gonna wind up spending more anyway in the long run. So you don't know what you don't know. So, and all successful people, even though this dude almost got $1 billion, he's still going to show you he said he's seeking all new mentors. So they say Denzel Washington has an acting coach. Drake has a voice coach. Even though he's probably the most successful artist since Michael Jackson, he has a voice coach. So the best always trying to get better, man. It's
yep.
They got people right here that made a $10,000 check, and then you can't tell them nothing. They know it all. So it's crazy.
Man, shoot, LeBron spent over $1 million every year working on his body, staying in shape,
right,
staying healthy.
So
different coaches that do different things. But here's the other thing, you know what I'm saying, I think is kind of missed is when you hire these folks, you know what I'm saying, it boils down to commitment and motivation.
Right.
I think sometimes, you know what I'm saying, it's the same reason you get a personal, you pay for a personal trainer when you go to the gym. Because if it relied on you by yourself, you would probably go to the gym, you know what I'm saying, do a couple of reps and be like, man, I ain't feeling it today. You will walk out. You need that person that's going to hold you accountable and be like, nah, man, stop bullshit. Do these reps. Get through it. We're going to be here the whole hour. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think from coaches, you know what I'm saying, from a successful standpoint, you need to constantly have that person talking to you in your ear, making sure you stay motivated and making sure you stay committed. So it's worth every penny.
And not just that, you know what to do. Because just like the gym analogy you made, you could be in there bench pressing 5 pounds, think you about to get swole, and you're doing 1 million of them.
Right.
But you don't see that mass building up like you thought it would. Like you could be in there with the right intention doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So they also guide you in making the right moves.
Right.
So what it boils down to, how committed are you? You know what I'm saying? If you committed to be a millionaire, if you're serious about being a millionaire, how committed are you?
Right.
Because I think, you know what I'm saying, for him,
anything, you got to be, I think the money is when you're at the top of your game. You know, you get at the top of your game in any field, I think the money's going to follow.
Yeah. Yep.
You're going to get, if you're at the top of your game, you one of the best in the field, you're going to get paid regardless of what you do.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the whole goal is to not look at the money. Don't chase the money. Chase the greatness, and the money gonna follow.
Chase the process.
It's the process. I give you an example. Before we go, this is a nice segue to the next clip.
Mm-hmm.
But I messed around and I watched this Aaron Hernandez story. I thought it was gonna be some gangster stuff, but it wound up being some weirdo stuff. But I watched 1 or 2 episodes. But what I got from it on like the first episode, his dad really pushed him before he died. Like to be, his dad was like a local hero, like as far as high school football standout, high school and college football standout. He was from that area, who played the UConn, and he was the dog. And his dad pushed him since that early age and made him great. You know what I'm saying? I ain't watched the rest of it because it got too whack. I'm thinking it's gonna be some gangster blood and you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff. I thought it was gonna be, but nah, they twist that story. They made it something else. If you know, you know. I don't want to say it on there, but what I took from it is that he just wanted to be the best at what he did, and the money just came after that. And that's when he, got all these looks from these different schools, and then went to University of Florida, won a national championship with Tim Tebow and all that stuff. But anyway, let's hit this next one. Hold on 1 second. This is a good segue, man. This is funny. I think this is another one of CJ clips.
Oh, I don't even remember this one then. Oh.
So Michael Jordan walks by one, player by player, shakes his hand and says, "What's your name?" So Michael Jordan gets to him and shakes his hand. He goes, "What's your name?" "Well, my name's Maktar N'Diaye." "What's your name?" Maktar asked Jordan. Jordan kind of looks confused. He said, "Michael." "Pleasure to meet you, Michael." Then Maktar, as Michael Jordan's walking away, says, "By the way, Hakeem Olajuwon's the greatest basketball player of all time." Michael Jordan looks at him, looks a little upset, and just rushes out the room. Then Jordan comes back in practice gear to play. He tells Dean Smith, "Look, give me the worst guys, and I'm playing with the worst guys against your stars." You have Michael Jordan with 3 walk-ons. He destroyed the first team. He destroyed the second team. Everybody was just passing the ball to Jordan, and Jordan was trying to dunk on Maktar the whole time. He did what he needed to do, and then left. So years later, Maktar N'Diaye and Anton Jameson were at the Super Bowl in Miami trying to get into this hot club, and they couldn't get in. They just didn't care what celebrities where you were unless you were on a super high level. Michael Jordan comes out from a balcony and looks down. Maktar sees him. Mike. Get in. Jordan looks down at him and goes, "Oh, now you remember my name, Africa?" And turns around and walks back into the club. It's Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan walks in. So Michael Jordan walks by one.
Yeah. I mean,
great story.
definitely great story. Like I said, I think how it relates to what we said before is like a lot of this new generation, especially, they want to be know-it-alls. They want to humble you, and you the OG.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and E40 said, "Look, I've been your age. You ain't never been mine." You know, so, and I think the same thing happened with Cam Newton with that what you call him? He had that actual camp that he had. The students trying to chop him down and trying to rib with him, and he was the number 1 overall draft pick. You got the respect is gone. You know, so I mean, this dude is accomplished. You trying to get where he's at, so you got to humble yourself. You need to humble yourself. And even if you thought Akeem Olajuwon was the greatest player ever, you know, you don't act pretentious with people that can help you get to where you need to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll go ahead and let y'all react to it. It's gonna come back. Karma's gonna come back to bite you.
Right. I was gonna say you better be careful how you treat people.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's it's a generational. I think it's a generational thing where, you know what I'm saying, it's not cool to give the older generation their respect. You know what I'm saying? Just had this conversation the other day where, you know what I'm saying, now kids start to think if I give the OGs their respect, you know what I'm saying, like I'm jock riding them, you know what I'm saying, like I'm giving them too much, you know what I'm saying, and they ain't showed me nothing type situation, type mindset. I think it's just a new generation. I think eventually, like you say, karma takes over and karma will come back to bite you in the ass. But I think until then, you know what I'm saying, you always going to run to these different stories. And I only think it's going to get worse as time goes on and generations change.
Yeah.
Right. I'll let y'all go in on that.
You know what? But you'll be surprised at how many of these young people don't know about stuff that happened with the older generation. You know,
that's cool, but he knows.
Everybody know Jordan though.
Oh yeah, I mean, I understand that, but
come on, you gonna pretend like you don't know Mike? Come on, man. You a basketball player?
Right.
What's your name? I'm surprised Mike answered it.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm surprised Mike answered it. I'm surprised Mark didn't be like, "Hey, look, man, don't even worry about it." And then he got that.
I'm nobody.
He got that Band-Aid. He got that Band-Aid the next day. He was cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised he ain't do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Look, nobody got time for that, man.
Hey, no, Michael come suit up, beat you down, and then you get cut.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Beat you, then get cut.
You'll be surprised at how many people like they think they're the center of the universe and don't understand this is a communal thing. You're gonna have to bow down to something in order to get. You got to pay homage to something one of these days. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get it. Like, you know, you got to humble yourself. I mean, I was like that. I was as a youth, you know, arrogant and, you know what I mean, think but
you got to stand on it though.
Right, but the thing is, I learned that you get more. You got to bend to win. Paul, no Diddy, but you know you got to bend as far as that hardness and that.
Now what's that?
Hardness? You talking reckless out here, man. Wait.
Ben, you know what I'm talking about? The richness.
No, we don't. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
Somebody check that man room for baby Earl. For that baby Earl.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? No Diddy. You know what I mean? You got to watch your euphemisms nowadays. But now you got the hard exterior.
You got somebody doing dishes back there? What's going on? Man?
Damn dog, bro. He's gonna keep putting it over the dish. Like with water in it. All right, so then you wonder why you're thirsty.
He probably over there saying, "Hey man, what's up with the food?"
He got a food.
Get off that camera, man. Get off that camera and feed me.
You know, but he tripping out. So you pour the water over and then wonder why you thirsty. I pour the water over. But what I was saying, like, yeah, man, I had that rough around the edges exterior. That better, you know what I'm saying? So unpolished, unrefined exterior, you know. So and thinking that, you know, because we in the hood we want to be tough, you know what I'm saying, and think every toughness wins, and that's not how when you get into high society and you get into the regular, that's not how it works. You gotta actually give to receive. You know what I'm saying? And that's pause too. Like you can take anything, you know, but you got to give respect in order to get respect. You know, respect is not automatically given.
Here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? You have to actually, if you want to try somebody, you know what I'm saying? Not that it's the right thing. If you want to try somebody, you had to have done something. I had never even heard of this cat.
Right.
I don't even know where the hell this cat came from. So the nerve of you to try Michael Jordan and you haven't even done anything? Like,
he might have been the truth where he came from, because it sounded like he came from an international player.
Right.
Because he's talking about Olajuwon, the best player.
Right.
If you're gonna trash talk,
right.
You don't trash talk the GOAT.
Come on.
Right. Well, even if he wasn't a GOAT, he's been in the league. You're new.
No, he ain't even in the league. This college.
It's college.
This is at North Carolina, bro.
Okay,
this ain't even.
Oh, he didn't even make it to the league.
He didn't get to the
This
league.
ain't even pro level yet.
Right. So come on, man, knock it off, man. You just pay homage to even the fact that he's in the NBA.
Right. You trying to be cool, talking trash to a superstar.
Yeah,
and
nonetheless,
it backfired.
the man that changed the game in the 80s for the whole NBA. Like, knock it off.
Look,
man.
I tell you what part of the problem was, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to impress them homeboys.
Right.
Man, I can't believe you said that to Jordan, man. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna say that to Jordan. Man, you ain't gonna tell Jordan that. Da-da-da-da-da. And he out there showing his ass.
And then smoked him, and then you got the nerve to try to get him to use him to try to get in the club.
Correct.
Right.
Come on, man. That's
hey,
that.
look, I'm surprised Jordan didn't throw a cigar at him.
Right.
Man, get your ass out of here.
Right. Let's run this last one, man. Let's, some motivational stuff for the last, to get up out of here, man. Before we roll out some motivational stuff. This is one of my favorite clips of the week.
You guys do to get to be able to rock a whip this nice?
Hey man, it ain't what we do, it's what we don't do. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't be part-time, you know what I'm saying? And we're coaches, right? So we just show people the way to go. I'm a game coach, he a game coach, we do the fitness thing, the lifestyle, man. It's not about what you do, it's about what you don't do, man. You taking back steps every single day in your life, you get what I'm saying? So most people, they want to change their life, this is what they do. They want to do this, they want to do this, they want to add this, they want to add that. It's a removal process. Stop drinking, stop smoking, stop doing all the vices, stop skipping the gym, stop eating bad. You stop doing all those things, your life is automatically going to elevate first. Then once you get to baseline, that's when you start to add other things, but you got to get your habits right first.
I love that. And is that the ultimate advice you have for the younger men out there trying to come up?
One other thing, you definitely got to cut the vices, but one thing that I tell you is if I could go back in time, I wouldn't have chased the money first. What I would have done was spent my time, comfortable at my mama's house. I would have spent all my time developing myself, developing my habits, developing my consistency, working in the gym, reading books, developing a skill. I would have did all that first. Then whatever I tried to accomplish after that would have worked because I'd have been the right man instead of trying to chase money and not work on myself first.
What you guys do to get to be able to?
Well, try to think of that right there.
No, that's real.
I understand it, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's too many cats that's successful, you know what I'm saying, that still has vices. So, I mean, as I'm smoking on my cigar, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I him, you know what I'm saying? Different strokes, different folks, right? So, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It worked for him. Not to say that it can't work for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? But you just got to find your lane, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everything doesn't work for everybody, period.
Right. Anybody else before we wrap it up?
Agree. I mean, there's a lot of stuff he said that was good, I like, changing things in your life, personal, and then you can, you can go on the business end or whatever end.
Right. Well, I think he did it for like a baseline group, saying that prioritize yourself first, self-development. And then no matter what your field is, you have no choice but to elevate if you work on yourself first. That's what I gathered, So no matter what can people be successful, and not change a thing? Of course. They got plenty of people that got a lot of, didn't a couple of people just die of drug overdose? Didn't want somebody die on pink cocaine? Somebody jumped off the
cocaine.
Yeah, that's the new Tusi. The new designer drug out there that's been out there is called Tusi. It's called pink cocaine. It's ketamine and something else. But one of them celebrities jumped off a balcony high on that Tusi. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, was he successful? Yeah, he probably was, multi-millionaire. And he had that drug habit. That there's a lot of them that have drug habits. But is that a copy and paste strategy to be successful? No. Some people could get lucky, right place, right time, right last name, right skin complexion. You know what I'm saying? And get that money. But however, if you a formula to make it, self-development and where you better your chances. That's what I say.
And I think it's not just that, and I think what he's speaking to also is because so many young men now don't have that level of discipline.
Right.
So, like, or you're an athlete.
Yep.
Like young and all the way up to the pro level. So you have that certain level of discipline, and everybody don't have that. So, in order to be successful, you got to be able to have that discipline, that awareness, that mindset on how to achieve goals. If you don't have that, and you get out here and, I'm jumping out here, I'm an entrepreneur, I want to be an entrepreneur, business owner, and you don't have those fundamentals, then you're just going to repeat the cycle of, all right, I'm in and out, I'm broke again. How am I going to get it back? Like, it's going to be a pattern that you need to fix before you see that level of growth and that level of achievement.
Right. Right. So I think for a baseline level, I think that was solid advice because everybody, if you're on a grind, some people are chosen, some people are anomalies, you know what I'm saying? So yes, people have success, but some people, as some people get there and that's not really deserving it. Some people get handed some stuff. Some people are born with it. You know what I'm saying? Some people, just happen to have the right last name. Just happen to have, what I mean? So it's a matter of, if you from the bottom, you got to kind of work on yourself, first. And
I think regardless of where you start from, you know what I'm saying, right? Because there's so many celebrity kids that don't end up making it, end up doing in rehab or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And they have everything handed to them. They got the network to be successful. They got the parents that's going to help them be successful.
Right.
But they're just not able to do it because their self-development is not there. They never worked on themselves, and they're a mess. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, you start to see some of these celebrities, they come out of whatever it is that they come out of. They start to work on themselves. They start to get a therapist. They go to rehab, whatever the case may be. Once they become a better person, then that's when you start to see the success coming because they had to work on themselves first.
Right.
So two things for me, you know what I'm saying, is the most important of what he said was one is self-development.
Right.
I think you have to try to figure out ways to make yourself better because you don't work and your engine doesn't run the same as everybody else's engine, right? So in order to become organized, in order to become actually, you know what I'm saying, kind of productive on a day-to-day basis, you have to figure out what makes you tick. Do you need coffee every morning? Or do you need an energy drink every morning? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you organize yourself as far as what you need to do? Those are self-development things that you need to figure out. Once you figure out those things, I think it makes it easier, right? Because you know what I'm saying, you're healthy, you're yourself, you know what I'm saying, you're working efficient, just like an engine is. You put bad gas in there, engine ain't gonna work well. Yep. But you put good gas in there, treat it well, you checking this, checking that, you know what I'm saying, make sure the fluid's right, and it's gonna work smooth, right? And then the second thing is actually being able to become an expert in your field. Like, you got to become a student of the game. Regardless of what industry that you're in, there's always something new coming about, and there's always something that you can learn. You have to continuously read, continuously watch videos, continuously talk to mentors in order to kind of better yourself and better your education. Once you do that, the sky's the limit.
Right. And the thing I took from that Aaron Hernandez story is that he really loved the game of football. And you really got to love what you're in. I think people love the money, and they're indifferent about what they're going to do, whatever it takes to get the money. And that's not how it works. So, and when the tough times come on in, you're going to bounce because you don't really love it. So that's why you bounce from thing to thing, because you got to have a love for the thick and the thin. Like with that Aaron Hernandez story, like when Belichick was Iceland had him in the backfield as a running back, you know, and he telling him what to play, hey, you about to run right. And he ain't running that same thing 100 times, you know what I'm saying? The linebacker's already meeting you in the hole, you know, but he ran that thing in the game and broke it for 50 yards the first time, you know. So, but anybody else, a lot of these kids that I'm seeing, a lot of Zillennials, as soon as you face adversity, you trying to quit because you don't really love what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to really love it. and I think that love is going to drive you. That should be the motivating factor. That love is going to get you through what you to be the best in the game. You think Jordan don't love basketball?
Right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So you got to love this thing, man. If you're a real estate agent, loan officer, you got to love it, man.
Yep. And like you look at the greats like him, Tom Brady, even like the way Shannon Sharp was talking about how he had to train and work out and train and miss out on family stuff. Like that's like you got to weigh your options at that point, because things are going to happen where you're going to have to sacrifice something to get to what you want.
Right.
Yep.
And it's going to be in you, not on you.
Right. So, yep. So you gotta. That's the only way you're gonna get through it, if there's a love for the game. I see a lot of these my mentees, they ready to pack it up, you know, because you know you got to commit to something, man. You just you hoping and wishing that something just playing out like a lottery ticket. What's the difference between that and playing the lottery?
Yeah, even on the realtor side, all the realtors that jumped in during COVID when things was super easy, you didn't have to do nothing to get a deal for the most part, and now you actually got to, you know,
you put in work.
Have to actually do something, have a craft, be a professional about it, and now they're jumping out.
Right. So that's what everything in life, man. I think I'm hoping that we could turn the corner, but it's a trend, man, with this generation, you know, the younger generation, even my generation. I take accountability as well. Even my generation, it's just, you got to get back to that hard knock love of the game and being the best at what you are. You know, every night doing something.
Yep.
You know, you got to do something. But with that being said, man, we're gonna see y'all next. Oh, get out and vote, man! Get out and vote. I did my early voting. Early voting starts today in Texas. Yesterday in Texas, actually.
Yesterday,
Hey, man, get out and vote, man. You know, they got a lot of people died for this. You know, for this. So exercise your right. I don't want to hear that. I don't vote thing. I don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Get out and vote, man. With that, peace.
All right. Peace.